22. False Effect, Expanding the Intent. Hello, and welcome back. Today, we're examining the false effect fallacy, also known as expanding the intent. This fallacy occurs when someone exaggerates or misrepresents the intended consequences of an action or statement, often to discredit or manipulate the argument. The false effect fallacy happens when an argument falsely assumes or exaggerates the effects or outcomes of an action, policy, or statement, suggesting that the intent behind it must lead to those exaggerated consequences. This reasoning distorts the original intent to create fear, confusion, or misdirection. Example: if we allow remote work, employees will stop being productive altogether and companies will collapse. The argument falsely expands the intent of introducing remote work to suggest an extreme and unlikely outcome. It assumes that allowing remote work inherently leads to total loss of productivity, which is unsupported by evidence. Comparison: false effect versus slippery slope. Both fallacies involve exaggerated outcomes, but they differ in how they connect to the argument. False effect exaggerates the immediate consequences of an action or intent. Example: if we ban sugary drinks in schools, we're attacking personal freedom. Slippery slope assumes a chain reaction of increasingly extreme consequences. Example: if we ban sugary drinks, next we'll ban snacks, then all personal food choices. False effect focuses on misrepresenting the intent, while slippery slope suggests a sequence of escalating events. Another example: promoting electric vehicles means we want to destroy the oil industry and ruin millions of jobs. The argument exaggerates the intent of supporting electric vehicles. While transitioning to electric vehicles may impact certain industries, the claim falsely assumes the intent is to destroy the oil industry rather than address environmental concerns. Why it's misleading. The false effect fallacy misrepresents intent by assuming extreme outcomes that aren't logically connected to the action. This tactic manipulates emotions, such as fear or outrage, rather than focusing on the actual reasoning or evidence behind the action or policy. How to avoid false effect. 1. Clarify intent. Focus on the stated purpose of the action or policy, not exaggerated interpretations. 2. Ask for evidence. Challenge claims by requesting proof of the alleged outcomes. 3. Avoid emotional traps. Separate emotional reactions from logical reasoning about potential consequences. Conclusion: the false effect fallacy distorts arguments by exaggerating consequences or misrepresenting intent. By identifying these missteps and focusing on evidence-based reasoning, we can engage in clearer and more productive discussions.